This ball in the air.
It's a famous park. Coors Field ranks right up there with the best in the country. But it's not the only place baseball's been played in Denver. Let's take a trip down memory lane through the book Baseball in Denver. Our first stop is the Broadway grounds, located between Lincoln and Broadway and Colfax and 16th Street, where Civic Center Station is now. It's where the first recorded game was played in 1862. The players for that game met at a different location, as described by the author of Baseball in Denver, Matthew Repplinger.
In March, the Rocky Mountain News posted that there'll be a gathering of baseball players that are interested in playing baseball at Whipple's Cabinet Shop at 15th and Blake, and that was in March of 1862.
The next notable ballpark was Riverfront Park. It's where Commons Park is now, between Bassett Street and the Platte River.
But Riverfront Park hosted a lot of different sporting events, from rodeos to horse races to bicycle races. It had its own velodrome. It actually had electricity, and they played baseball right there down by Cherry Creek and Platte River confluence.
There were other notable ballparks in Denver. Broadway Park 1 was near the corner of 6th and Acoma in the early 1900s. It burned down and was replaced by Broadway Park 2. It hosted the Denver Post Tournament, which eventually became a big deal. One of the teams that played there was called the Denver White Elephants. Matthew Repplinger says way ahead of its time.
They were like the Jackie Robinson of sports teams. They broke the color barrier really long before any other team, and that would have been in the 1933 Denver Post Tournament.
One of the more famous ballparks was Merchants Park. It's where Merchants Park Shopping Center is now at Broadway and I-25. It's where Babe Ruth barnstormed in Denver.
Most notably, it came through Denver 2 different times, once with Lou Gehrig and the Bustin' Babes and the Larapin Lou's. You may have seen photos of those two. That was a big deal when they came through. It was sponsored by Piggly Wiggly, which of course became Safeway.
The most famous pre-Coors Field ballpark was Bears Stadium, which eventually became Mile High Stadium. The AAA Denver Bears played there. They became the Zephyrs in the 80s. And through the years, the ballpark expanded in size. That's one reason the expansion Denver Broncos eventually ended up playing there. If you look in the northwest parking lot at Empower Field, there's a plaque marking the old Bears and Mile High stadiums. Home of the Bears, Zephyrs, and even the Rockies for a couple of seasons. Home plate was about 500 feet north of the plaque. Yes, it is a parking lot now. But back in the day, it's where Denver baseball history was made. It was a different time then, but not all that different.
The equipment's changed. The manner and maybe how they throw the ball has changed. The ball itself has changed. But the game is still a gathering like it is today. People coming together, and it's just a fun thing to be a part of, and it always has been.